My favorite is when people just come up to me and say, "You were so pretty before you cut your hair." I was like, "Thank you." Thank you.
Keri Russell is the master of disguise on her hit show, The Americans. She plays an undercover KGB spy living in the U.S. with a fake identity, a fake marriage, and lots of different fake hairstyles. You have all these disguises on the show. That's only one of the reasons I love it. But you're still in the 80s. I was thinking, like, are you hoping that it's on long enough you can get to the 90s? Maybe like a grunge look or something?
We do some, one of our disguises this season is like kind of punk rock. We call it Sid and Nancy. And that's sort of like, you know, different than just the average CIA, you know, glasses and suit.
Another thing to look forward to, and I don't think I'm giving too much away here, but we know that there's an FBI agent who's after you. And there was an epic throwdown, a big fight.
Yeah, this is true.
So basically, this is, I want to put the pictures up. It's you, Keri Russell, a.k.a. Felicity.
Yes.
Versus John Boy.
It's true.
So, like,
who do you think won?
I don't know, because John Boy seems so sweet, but he's kind of tough in the show.
He is sort of. All I know is that our camera boys were like, you have to, just before you knock him out, you have to look at him and just say, "Good night, John Boy." Like pistol whip him.
The outtakes.
Yeah. It was freezing.
I actually heard you are doing, and I have to confess, I didn't even know what this was. Krav Maga, like some martial arts thing? What is it?
Well, Krav Maga is actually what the Israelis use, and it's similar to what the Russians use, but it's just like a fight system, less like an art of a martial art, but more of a self-defense. And we did do some training, and it's just cool. And Avi, who taught me it here, is just this tough femme fatale, you know, are we allowed to say badass?
Sure, yeah, we are. Well, let me ask you this. Are we allowed to do some Krav Maga right now? Like, do you know any?
I don't know enough.
I don't know anything. I haven't even Googled it.
It's just like a serious fight training. And actually, for my son's 7th birthday this past summer, I brought all the 7-year-olds, and Avi did this full, like, mock training for them where she said, "Guys, you're all here to see if you have what it takes to be a spy." And they all sat there just like, and she put them through calisthenics and all. It was really good.
After a successful first season, including a Best Actress Golden Globe for Russell, came one of the show's most controversial storylines, pitting fans into 2 more teams, short and long. Even those who didn't watch couldn't ignore the headlines about Keri Russell's hair.
Did it feel crazy to you at the time that a haircut resulted in so much coverage and speculation?
It was like kind of amazing that anyone cared.
Were you concerned about it?
No, because I loved it for the story. I mean, they called me and they said, "Would you cut your hair for the show?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's such an awesome thing that a college girl would do."
I think there's still a big misconception that, like, Keri cut it on her own and showed up.
My favorite is when people always come up to me and say, "You were so pretty before you cut your hair." I was like, "Thank you. Thank you."
So you're happy to put the Harrogate behind you?
It's never behind me.
Where are you going to college?
New York. What about you?
That's pretty unclear.
It was a show that defined college in the late 1990s.
What are you doing here?
Hi.
A love story that gained millions of fans as it followed the ups and downs of Felicity's life.
It just was such a sweet story.
Felicity.
Felicity, wow.
Keri Russell played Felicity.
It's that idea that everyone can relate to. It doesn't have to be about choosing a career or choosing a guy. It's like, it's this idea that this leap that you had the possibility to take, and you took the wild card. And I think everyone knows that feeling to some extent. It can relate to anything. And I think it's a really romantic idea and feeling. And so that's, like, she chose it. She, like, went for it. And I think that's what's relatable and sweet. And it's funny because JJ and Matt were both in their young 30s when they wrote this story about this sweet, you know, college girl. But they did it so well. And it was really, like, kind of sentimental and sweet and funny. I remember going to the like, whatever, they make you do screen tests, or what are they called? You know, where you go to the test. And yeah, and I remember standing outside with a group of us girls auditioning for it, and
who else was there?
At the end, some biggies, guys, some biggies. And we were standing out there, and they were all like, they were we were going in one at a time, we were standing outside, and I remember them saying, it's just so sad, everything about it's so sad. And I was like, I think it's hilarious. I was like, am I missing something? I mean, I think it is sad, but it's like, it made me laugh. And in her being so serious. And I think that's what it does well. It was funny and sad at the same time.